Hello, everybody.
Well,
Welcome to the Selling Spokane Real Estate Podcast. I am your host, Dillon Milliron, alongside my co-host and father, Robert.
What's going on, everybody?
Today, we are going to talk about the spring market here in Spokane, Washington.
The market of the flowers, or?
Well, the real estate market.
Oh, good. Okay.
No, not just the flower market.
Excellent.
I mean, we probably could talk about that. We'd have to bring on a more experienced guest, though, I bet.
Yeah.
Before we do that, though, I think we're going to start off with our gratitude. You want to take us away on that one? Give us one or two things you're grateful for today.
Gratitude. I'm thankful for my health is probably my biggest one. Glad that I can still do what I do.
Yeah.
Even though it's harder every day.
Yeah. Probably
and
not grateful for technology, I bet.
I'm not grateful for technology because we're not going to talk about that one. That could go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But thankful for thankful for my health. Thankful for my my family. You know, they all stick by me. So even when I'm a little bit nutty,
Yeah, a little bit.
just a little.
All right, cool. Well, I'll take it away then from there. I think I'm grateful for the sun to be shining. Man, we had a cold winter and a long winter. For it to be
shorts weather today.
I know. I'm rocking the shorts, man. It's feeling good. All right, we're gonna jump right into it then. We'll go to our first topic of the day. Let's give a little recap for the first quarter of the year so far for real estate in Spokane.
Slow. It's been slow.
Yeah.
The market turned. Everything with the economy, it's been rough, and interest rates rose. It's been a tough go for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Things are looking better.
Mm-hmm.
But, coming off of last year, at our hallmarks of last year, I mean, it's pretty scary when you look at those numbers. But from looking at that, though, the market still strong.
Mm-hmm.
Prices have come down some, not a ton, but interest rates are where they were normally, historical, interest rates.
Yeah.
So right now,
right now they are. I mean, I think if you're looking back to recapping for last year, I mean, I think that's what pushed a lot of people out of the market, though. Yeah. You had rate hikes that jumped up to what it was high sevens at one point.
Yeah.
So it really kind of scared some people, and that's what kind of pushed a lot of buyers out of the market.
Yeah, and obviously, the velocity of the market was just so crazy, and so you've kind of come back now. Interest rates have come down, settled in. Inventory's still a little rough. I mean, obviously that's hard, and it's going to be that way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But for buyers, there's some great stuff out there. There's good stuff on the mortgage side. There's good stuff on listings are coming on. Price points are a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a bad time for buyers. Sellers, they had their fun. They were getting an incredible amount of equity out of their homes.
Yeah.
We were 24% in appreciation year over year for 2 years. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then and now it's settled back down, right? So appreciation's still there. It's just not as high.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think is what you started to see in first quarter last year was you started to see these pockets kind of developing in our market. I mean, the first half of the first quarter was slow all the way around the board, but towards the end of the first quarter, I mean, you started to see in the lower price range, you started to see it kind of building up a little less inventory than the higher end markets.
Yeah.
You started to see these pockets develop where stuff was moving a little faster than normal, or than other areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, right now those high-end markets are a little bit tough right now because now you're dealing with, all of those factors. How many people can afford $1 million home, but, at the interest rates they're at.
Well, yeah, at a 7% interest rate.
So, I mean, you're talking about, 900 to $1 million, you got about 4 months worth of inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Even up above the 1 million mark. I mean, it's really kind of an insane thing if you look at it, though. Because at 9 to million, at 4 months of inventory, but really if you go to 1 million, the inventories are kind of, I mean, they're less. I mean, you got 6 months or a half months of inventory in the valley.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird.
Well, I think, that
Yeah.
kind of segues us into our next
Yeah.
kind of topic is what have we seen kind of changing into second quarter? We're coming up on May, like first week of May right now. Star Wars Day, actually. It's May 4th.
Today?
Yep.
It is?
Yep.
Is Yoda, Grogu.
What about?
Is that Grogu in
I
there?
mean, Grogu is a part of Star Wars.
Oh, so he's good.
Yeah.
We should have brought Grogu in.
We should have, yeah.
Well,
I asked him to be a guest, but he said he had other things to do.
He did?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Oh, okay. Next time we'll bring Grogu in.
No, so I think we're seeing a lot of change coming as the first week of May here, and we, like you said, in the first quarter we had low supply or increasing supply. So you also had lower demand.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of flip flopping. People aren't selling their house when they have a 2% interest rate.
Yeah.
And what they're not going to sell to go to a 6%. So we're still seeing a lower.
This month, we're talking about, our last stats came out in March, give or take, right?
Yeah.
Probably some April stats out there, but if you look at the overall, the percent of change was big. You're talking 51% was a percent change from the month of March from the previous month. So that's how slow it was, and then it kind of picked up a little. Still down 22% from a year ago.
Yeah. Well, even we talked about it a little bit in the sales meeting yesterday. A lot of this is because you're seeing rates stabilize a little bit.
Yeah.
We've been in the 6% rates now for a month, probably.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And we even talked yesterday in our sales meeting. You can get down to the 5s with a couple points for conventional.
2-1 buy down.
Yeah. And for FHA, you can get down to 4s for 3 points.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see some more people take advantage of that and really try and get down there. So
yeah, I think people are people are trying to get into it, but it's going to be tight for a while, and we're working toward it. But the spring summer looks good right now.
Yeah. Well, it kind of leads us into like what's next, like what's coming after this. Like, are we on the way back down? Are we going to go back up? Where do you think this market's kind of heading?
I don't think you're going to see the market go down. I don't as much as people think. The markets is stabilized. And mortgages are good. Buyers, people are out there. They got good jobs.
Yeah.
They're making good money.
It's competitive right now.
There's still buyers wanting to buy.
Yeah.
So. From that standpoint, I don't see that it's going to change too much.
Yeah.
We have outside fluctuations with what's going on and, what's going to happen with the government or what's going to have with mortgage interest rates. There's always a few things there. I think it's going to stabilize out. Historically, at 6% rates, that's where we're going to be, probably going to be there for a while. And I think our market inventory is going to stay low.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a huge change right now because one, we need land. Right now we're doing infill, which is what the city wants us to do. So, you can only build so much. Builders are down. Cost to build is up.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on. So
I think
it'll stay that way for a while.
Like I said too, your inventory is not going to go up anytime soon because we don't have people selling.
Yeah.
Like people aren't selling at a 2% rate to get into a 7% rate.
Yeah.
They're staying where they need to be unless they have to.
Yeah.
But we still have a lot of buyers out there trying to buy. It's still competitive in that range.
Yeah.
So, we're seeing multiple offer situations
Still.
Below 300, below 400 sometimes. That's the big thing people don't realize is you can't wait because if you're waiting for interest rates to drop, if they drop, it's only going to get more competitive and prices are only going to go up.
And there's people out there that are just thinking that the market's going to drop, that prices are going to fall, and and you look at the numbers, right? Right now, we're still seeing the prices were kind of ahead of last year still, right? So prices haven't faltered a whole lot, but what we've seen is we've seen certain markets where they've been hit a little bit.
Yeah,
you got a few. You got a little bit more of the foreclosure side, but not much. But
when we looked at it yesterday, I even wrote it down in here where it's like our prices are up, but our listings were down 50% last month.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if your transactions and your listings are down 50%, but your prices are still high, that just shows your competition is still there.
Yeah.
People are still competing for those homes.
Yeah. Yeah. In March, pending sales, for March, there was 520 pending sales in March. Compare that to the previous month, there was 459. So there was a 13% increase in month over month of pending sales. However, you go back to what it was a year prior, I mean, that was almost 11% down, right? Because we were at such a high level.
Yeah.
I mean, the market was crazy.
Yeah.
So it's stabilizing. We're going to see a lot in the next couple months because now you're going to get into where the market shifted last year.
Yeah.
So when you get into June and July, that's where market went, oh, hey, I'm dying, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And now you'll see how those numbers reflect. That'll be an interesting sign.
Yeah.
So
well, and I think like we've talked about too is we're coming off a year where we had record number of transactions.
Yeah.
And so for people that are every time I get asked a question like how's the market, it's like yes, it is slower.
Yeah.
It's slower than it's been in years past.
Yeah.
But it's not slow. Like it's not a recession.
Right.
Like we're still getting action. There's agents are still doing business. There's still buyers.
Right.
Like we're just not hitting those record numbers.
Right.
Which is you can't sustain that kind of record number year after year after year.
Well, and you're not going to because those numbers were pushed by 2 to 3% interest rates.
Exactly.
Right. People were just like, oh my gosh, we're going to switch.
Yeah.
We're going to get in, and those people now that have those interest rates are not going to want to sell right now. So you have probably you got a huge number of people out there that are sitting on going, why do I got to go anywhere?
Yeah.
I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So you're still going to do that. Closed sales, if you look at the average price of closed sales in March, so average closed price was $660,000 roughly, right? The year or the month prior was $631. So we saw an increase. A year overall was $599. So we're up. That price had shifted, in that number, and those numbers are on acreage, right? I'm talking about an acreage one, but if you look at your resale in just regular residential, you're looking at about 424 compared to 399 the previous month, and then it was 447 the year prior. So see, it's come down a little bit, but it was up for month between February and March.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll have to see like where like Dallas said, the first 2 days of this month we're ahead in our listing numbers in our transactions.
It's so good.
We're like double.
Yeah.
I mean, speeding off to the start.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see kind of where we go from there. We'll have to see if it holds pace. If maybe we're starting to turn a corner here and maybe the market's just going to fire up again.
Yeah.
But like I said, right now it's not a bad time.
Yeah.
Like agents aren't drowning. They aren't drowning in sales. They aren't desperate for a sale. Right now it's a smooth market.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is that, there's going to be some shift because there's just, you have 3,000 agents or whatever we have right now.
2,700 or
Is it
something
now?
like that.
Yeah. So, we've had a few drop out. You got a lot of agents, and so there's a little slim pickings in the listing side. But, if you've got a good sphere, if you're dealing with, clients. Obviously, we always talk about the referral base, right? Of what you do is you're, if you're working that type of a business, you're probably going to do fine. I mean, if you're out just fighting for the next listing, then it might be a little bit tough.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think that pretty much covers most of our market for now.
Yep. Yeah, I think we'll see as things progress here in a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So normally we do. You got any final points you want to add before we kind of wrap it up? Because I don't know how long was that. That was a decent one.
I'm just thinking that people need to give us their address so we can send them a swing card.
Oh, that is true. If you want us to, send you a free half hour at the X Golf Swing Suite in
I'm telling you,
Spokane Valley, give
This
us
is
your
a good
mailing
thing.
address.
Send it in. We're going to send it off to you.
Boom, there you go.
Free.
Free.
Practice your swing.
Yep.
I am. I'm going to do it.
You need to practice your swing.
I'm going to practice mine. Yeah. I might use up all those cards if nobody wants them.
Go day after day after day. We have like 100 of them. It'd be winter by then.
Doesn't matter. I'll just keep using them.
All right. Well, normally, we've tried off doing the 3 truths question. I came up with a couple new ones. So I know. So
I don't even know.
No, you don't know.
You're just throwing these at me right now?
I am. It's supposed to help you with golf today. Speaking of Swing Suite. So for closings, what would make today great?
Oh, man, that's a good one. Man, if I can repeat what I did last week, I would be a happy guy. What did I shoot? 97?
97. and I left the course.
And you left. That's because I was beating you.
No.
You were mad.
I walked off on 13. I was beating myself.
But you were mad. You were mad I was beating you.
No.
That's what
I could have came back and still shot a 90.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
think so.
I think you were over 100.
No.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that. So, no, I'd like to, if I could, I could have a fun game today. Obviously, our free day here, right?
Yeah.
Half day that we get to go play.
Our Thursday half day.
I just want to beat Cliff.
I hate to break it to you. I don't think you're gonna.
Don't think I will?
No.
Not even with my handicap?
Maybe if you factor that in.
Oh, okay, then.
If Cliff shoots really bad and you do really good with your handicap.
Okay. What if I bend his club or something?
You could try.
Well, anyway, I think I'd like to, if I could just have a good, fun game of golf today, it'd be great.
There you go.
Good swing, stay under 100. I'll be a happy camper.
How about make it a goal? Bogey golf.
But I don't.
And 2 double bogeys. That'll keep you under 100.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you bogeyed everything in a couple double bogeys, you'd be under 100.
Okay, then. That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
Okay.
You don't even have to have a par.
Well, yeah, I do. Got to have one.
If you want to shoot under 100, no.
Okay.
You don't
Fair
have
enough.
to.
Fair enough. That's my goal.
Okay. Next
right.
question.
Next question.
What is stopping you from seizing the day?
Today or any day?
What's stopping you from making that goal happen?
My swing. I'm pretty sure it's my.
I've seen you shoot like a 95, 92. Your
and
mind is making.
That's been a long time. When was the last time I shot a 92?
The first round you had those new clubs.
Was it really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, because you almost beat me.
What?
Yep.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the mind. No matter what it is, in any time, it doesn't matter what it is. It's in the mind.
Yeah.
It's it could be golf. It could be, could be work.
Even if you're scared to buy a house, it's in the mind.
It's in your mind. Scared to buy a house. It's right. What are you afraid of? Right. It's what we're afraid of.
Yep.
We're afraid to acknowledge it. So, I'm going to do it.
There you go.
I'm taking it. I'm gonna beat my fear down.
Now that's your affirmation.
That's
there you
it.
go.
I'm beating my fear down.
You're beating your fear down. That's your affirmation for the day.
Beating it.
There you go. Perfect.
Don't even think it's gonna play in mine.
It's not even gonna play in yours.
Nope.
All right. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Well,
what's yours?
What would make today great for me?
Yeah. That you beat me? That's an easy one.
I mean, if I did that, I should be okay. For me, I think to stay neutral thinking in golf.
Okay.
And for those of you that don't know what neutral thinking is, it is don't dwell on the bad shots and don't get overexcited on the good shots. Okay. So in between shots, clear my mind.
Okay, fair.
Because I am very bad at I will hit a bad shot and I will just soak it in.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it last week.
Yep.
It was a big one.
That last week was a blender.
What does it mean when our producer starts looking at his watch? What happens?
I think he's got a lunch date.
Does that mean we're is that like he's cutting us off or something?
Maybe. He's probably making sure the camera's not dying.
People are gonna look at this and they're gonna go, "They got a producer?"
Yeah.
Like that's really weird. I'm like, no, it's not really weird. No, call me Joe.
Call me Joe.
No. All right, we got a good one.
There we go.
I think it's great.
All right, well, I think that's going to do it for today's episode.
Okay.
Be sure to subscribe. You can follow us on social media to stay up to date on...
I didn't do any of my golf jokes.
Oh, do you want to look one up?
No, I don't want to look one up right now.
Do you have one off the top of your head?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Because he's playing music.
All right. Well, that'll do it, everyone. We'll catch you next time.
Right on.